This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Let's go. This is your radio, your station.
GGR, Good Governance Radio.
Hi guys, this is an open call for actors, television presenters, skit makers, both male and female. Montage Africa Media is scouting for young creative talents to be part of its new movie, television series and lifestyle vlog. All you have to do is upload a 1-minute video introducing yourself and telling us why we should pick you. Don't forget to use the hashtag Montage Africa Film. Don't forget to tag the following accounts showing on the screen. We can't wait to receive your entry. Bye for now.
Good Governance Radio.
All right, thank God it's Wednesday. Is there anything like that? Okay. Yeah, it's just 2 days to the weekend. But then, before we get to Friday, we'll have to cross Wednesday and get to Thursday to actually have the feel of what Friday, of course, the weekend will bring about. Welcome, good morning, and welcome to your number one online radio. It's the Good Governance Radio. And of course, this morning we are here to take you on a jolly good ride. Yes, on the roller coaster in terms of what is happening in and around Nigeria. Talking about the headlines, the big headlines, the screaming headlines on the pages of the dailies. Welcome once again. My name is Chris Bassi. And this morning I'll take you through 3 newspapers talking about the headlines and of course also giving you details of some of the, nail-biting stories that is making headlines all across the country. A warm welcome to you once again. And of course, you can join conversation. You can react to any of the stories that might catch your fancy on the show this morning. Don't you worry, I'm going to read the stories for you. So anyone that interests you, you can actually give your comment and your reaction. And we have a number that you can actually do that this morning. Yes, let's also tell you that you can, watch us live on our social media platform. We are on Facebook at Good Governance Radio. But of course, we are also live on YouTube at Good Governance Radio. And our website is www.goodgovernanceradio.com.ng. All right, without further waste of time, let's quickly get straight up to the business of the morning. Of course, I did say that we have 3 dailies for review this morning. We have the Daily Trust newspaper, we have the Vanguard newspaper, and of course, the regular newspaper that is always here with us is the Blueprint newspaper. Quickly, let's get straight to a review. The headlines on the Daily Trust newspaper, the boldest and the biggest headline as it appears on the front page of the Daily Trust has this one. In major policy shifts, CBN cancels 2.3 trillion naira forex sales to BDC. Yes, this particular story has generated a lot of reaction from the stakeholders as regards to what would be of the exchange rates of the naira to the dollar and other currencies, international currency. But then we'll definitely give you details of what this particular move by the CBN is basically all about. In major policy shift, CBN counsels 2.3 trillion forex sales to BDCs with the riders practice unsustainable. That's coming from the CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele. Mixed reactions as experts fear more pressure. Operators flaunting rules, aiding financial crimes. That's according to the CBN governor. And APCAN silence on new policy allegations. You can read details of that story on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Of course, to stay tuned with us because we're going to give you a snippet into what all of this is basically all about, and of course, take the reaction based on this major shakeup coming from the Apex banks, talking about the Central Bank of Nigeria. Moving on from that particular story, bandits informat set solve bliss in Samfara as 22 suspects nabbed. Bandit informant set solves the bliss in Samfara as 22 suspects nabbed. You can read details of the story on the page 10 of the Daily Trust newspaper. ISWAP abducts Yobe government house staff, soldier to orders. ISWAP abducts the Yobe government house staff, soldiers into order. Worrying headlines, I must say. And Afenifere Sahara report is under fire over offensive report. Afenifere Sahara reporters under fire over offensive reports. Details of that particular headline is found on page 37 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Coming down beneath the picture, a story right here. Presidency administers secrecy oath on 42 staff. Presidency administers secrecy oath on 42 staff. You can read details of that on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And cholera spreads to 18 states, claims 479 lives. A sad one, and of course, is a worrying situation. The outbreak of this particular disease in Nigeria. Cholera spreads to 18 states, claims 479 lives. You can read details of the story on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Gunmen abduct 7 naval officers in Edo State. Sad one. Again, Atiku, a Nigerian eligible for presidency. Talking about this controversy surrounding the former vice president, Atiku Abubakar. And of course, this particular story is coming up yet again. Yes, in the build-up to the election. Atiku, a Nigerian eligible for presidency, that's coming from Adamawa government. All right, you can read details of the story on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And of course, the picture story that I'm talking about seems to be conspicuous in almost all the front pages of the dailies. Is the new lawyers that were inducted yesterday. We are seeing them right here, with well decked on the ropes and, their attires coming into the labor market. New week during the 2021 call to the Nigerian Bar Association yesterday. Right there. Okay, that would definitely do. As far as the Daily Trust newspaper is concerned, talking about the headline, we'll still come back to the Daily Trust for details of a few of the stories. Now let's move straight to the Vanguard newspaper. Yes, Igbo is on the news this morning. And of course, that's the headline, the biggest one, the boldest one on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Sunday Igboho faces fresh charges in Benin Republic. Sunday Igboho faces fresh charges in Benin Republic. All right, there seems not to be any light at the end of the tunnel for this embattled, activist. Yes, because more charges has been leveled against him by the Benin Republic government. And okay, with the rider, still on the headline, Sunday Igboho faces fresh charges in Benin Republic. With the rider, no date fixed for hearing. Stop pressurizing Benin Republic to extradite Igbo Yoruba group tells the federal government. Okay, the details of the particular story is readily available on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. CBN goes tough, cancels dollar sales to BDCs. Amcon takes over Nikon. Kano tension as so this order closure of Imo markets. Ogulagba Kingdom warns Beniyi to stop parading as chief in the kingdom. And of course, down Bennett the picture story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Anti-open grazing law. Headers want 750,000 square meters of land in Delta are raged over Enugu killings. Anybody who wants to ranch should buy land. Delta State government. All right, presidency warns staff against leaking classified information. 681 intending lawyers failed bar final exams. Yes, mixed reaction, mixed fortune for the lawyers, while some were smiling. And of course, you saw their pictures, going viral on social media. A lot of them couldn't actually pass the final bar exam. Of course, they'll have to repeat that. And just about 781 of them failed the bar exams. And that's a sad one. Sad one. Ex-Air Force officer's wife tortured juveniles with hot electric iron in Abuja. A man's inhumanity to a fellow man. That's definitely cruel. All right. The picture, a story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper has to do with President Buhari. He touched down in London yesterday. Yes, President Buhari arrives London ahead of Global Education Summit on financing global partnership for education. Of course, the president departed Nigeria on Monday evening and landed yesterday in London. All right, he's going to be there for about 2 weeks or thereabouts. Okay, the final paper for review, talking about the headlines, is the Blueprint newspaper with the bold headline here. Anambra primaries, Matawale's defection threaten APC congresses. With the rider, Kwara to hold Congress despite Abdulrazak, a live feud, and governors roll out programs against poverty, unemployment. All right, that's just about the bold, the biggest headlines as it appears on the front page of the Blueprints newspaper. Number of primaries, Matawale's defection threatened APC congresses, Kwara to hold Congress despite Abdulrazak's live feed, and governors roll out programs against poverty, unemployment. Details of the story is on page 6 of the Blueprints newspaper. El-Rufai Palace Nasarawa governor as bandits place 100 million ransom on Monarch. El-Rufai Palace Nasarawa governor as bandit placed 100 million ransom on Monarch with the rider. DPO 6 bandits die in Imo attack. 9 persons abducted in Guzau. All right, Nigeria's revenue to GDP lowest globally. That's according to the World Bank. CBN retains interest rate at 11.5%, stops forex sales to BDC operators. All right, CBN retains interest rate at 11.5%, stops forex sales to BDC operators. All right, details of that story is on the business page of the Blueprint newspaper. And coming down still on the Blueprint newspaper, disciplinary committee sanctions 11 lawyers over misconduct as 880 called Chiba. Bandits were kind to me. Who says that? Gave me 11,000 transport fare. Ransom bearer. Right? What what an act of magnanimity from the bandits, okay? Bandits were kind to me, not me. Is a ransom bearer that is actually, relishing his experience in the hands of the bandits and counter false narratives about Nigeria, lie charges diaspora group. Counter false narratives about Nigeria, Lai Mohammed, that's the Minister of Information, charges diaspora group. Prices of goods, services still rising as inflation rates decline, and 669 billion naira debt Amcon takes over Nikon Insurance Nigeria Ren Insurance. The picture story on the front page of the Blueprints newspaper shows the recently elected chairman in the all across the 20 local government area of Lagos State. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Deputy Governor Dr. Bafemi Amzat, and a group photograph with the newly elected chairman and vice chairman of local government and local council development areas at Lagos House, Alausa Inikeja, yesterday. So the election has come and gone, and the winners were actually presented with their certificates of return, talking about the council polls that took place over the weekend, right there in Lagos. Right, so that would definitely do as far as the review of the newspaper headline is concerned this morning. We'll be going for a short break, and when we return, we'll take you through details of some of the stories right here on the program. It's still your number one online radio, Good Governance Radio, and of course, it's Chris Passy behind the mic, and of course, to stay with us as we'll be back in just a moment.
This is the Good Governance Radio. GGR. Stay with us.
All right, glad to have you rejoin us on the program. This is still your number one online radio station, our Good Governance Radio. And of course, we are here for the morning show, the newspaper review, all right, here on your online radio All right, so you can join our conversation with me. You send your comment, or you can even call in to react to any of the headlines on this particular number. Yes, the studio line is 0913 023 6602, 0913 6602. You can also drop your message on our Facebook page at Good Governance Radio. We are live right here, right about now on Facebook. And of course, you can also stream live at www.ggr.com.ng. We are also on YouTube at Good Governance Radio. Through any of these platforms, you can actually reach out to us and make your own view heard right here in on the program. All right, so quickly, let's take the details of some of the headlines that we've already read out for you. Okay, let's start with this one that has to do with a major shakeup that actually caught a lot of people unaware with respect to, the CBN policy that came into 4 yesterday. In major policy shift, the CBN counsels 2.3 trillion forex sales to BDC. And of course, the details of the story is on page 6 of page 5, I beg your pardon, of the Daily Trust newspaper. That's the first story that we're definitely gonna go through. All right, the story goes thus. And what is a major departure from an entrenched tradition? The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, yesterday announced the cessation of forex sales to Bureau de Change BDC operators. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, who disclosed the new policy after the July 2021 Monetary Policy Committee MPC meeting in Abuja, said the Apex Bank was funneling 5.7 billion, about 2.346 trillion annually through the BDC. He said the 5.7 billion allocated to BDC has become unsustainable as $20,000 is allocated to over 5,500 BDCs in the country, amounting to $110 million per week. Economics and financial expert, while interacting with newsmen, expressed mixed feelings about the new policy and its immediate and long-term implications. They predicted a shock that will further shut up the dollar rate at the parallel market, which will stabilize in the long run. They also blamed the CBN for the downside of the expunge practice. Emefiele also said the CBN will no longer continue registration of new BDCs, as subsequent forex will be channeled through commercial banks. The CBN governor said as part of the new forex sales policy, all commercial banks branches will create a separate desk for the purpose. All right, that's just about this particular policy by the CBN. It's a very long read, and you can actually grab a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper to read through all of these. And of course, quickly, let's take a look at the reaction, mixed reaction, as experts fear more pressure. Yes, experts in the financial sector have expressed mixed feelings to the decision to cancel the issuance of forex to the parallel market. A professor of finance and capital market, Professor Uche Owaleke, said the action by CBN stopping sales of forex to BDC is in the right direction, but might also have repercussion on naira value. And quoting this particular, expert, he said the decision by the CBN to stop forex sales to BDC has merit and demerit. Having said that, I think it is in the best interest of the Nigeria economy. On the positive side, he said it is consistent with the move by the CBN to unify exchange rate and bring more transparency to the forex markets. Okay, the chief consultant of indigenous business management consulting firm, B. Adedipe Associate Limited, also reacted to this. He said it is an aberration for the CBN to be selling dollars to Bureau de Change. When we started it as a concept in Nigeria, the idea was for operators of Bureau de Change to sell foreign currencies on their own, in which case you can only search what you can sell in the market. But today, over the course of time, we have changed the bureau to change as an outpost for foreign currencies, similar to participating banks in the official window. Okay, more and more reaction is actually coming on the heels of this particular decision. And one, finally, let's just take this one, from APCON, the national president of Association of Bureau de Change, APCON, Aminu Guadabe, did not respond to calls by newsmen. Okay, they are yet to react. I think they are those that are worst hits when it comes to this particular decision. So you can still read more of this story on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. In major policy shifts, CBN cancels 2.3 trillion forex sales to BDCs. And of course, the governor of the central bank, Godwin Emefiele, is saying the practices are unsustainable, and that is the reason why this cancellation, this policy has come in at this point in time. All right, let's take this story from page 4 of the Daily Trust. Presidency administers secrecy oath on 42 staffs. All right, are you surprised? Nothing should come as a surprise to you when it comes to Nigeria. The presidency on Tuesday warned State House staff against the disclosure of classified information to the public, saying it will not tolerate breach of secrecy and truancy. The permanent secretary, State House, Tiani Omar, gave the warning when Justice Amza Mwazu of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT High Court, administered oath of secrecy to the affected staff at the State House auditorium. Omar, who warned that leaking of classified information without authorization was a grievous offense that attracted penalties under the public service rules. He said, and I quote, "This exercise is the beginning of doing what is right in various offices. The rules must be enforced, and any breach carries a consequence. From now on, you are under the radar. We are going to watch and follow you," he said. The permanent secretary, while explaining the reason behind the oath taking, said, and I quote, "What we have done today is to administer the oath of secrecy on staff of the State House who handle classified documents." All right, presidency administers secrecy oath on 42 staff. You are under the radar, according to the permanent secretary. You can read details of the story on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, test one. Atiku, a Nigerian eligible for presidency. That's on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. The Adamawa state government has argued that a former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, is a Nigerian and therefore eligible to contest the office of the president. The position was contained in an application for joinder brought by the Attorney General of the state, Afra Imo Jingi, before a federal high court in Abuja. This was at the resume hearing and the suit by incorporated trustee of Egalitarian Mission for Africa against the PDP and Atiku, challenging his eligibility to contest for president on the ground that he is not a Nigerian by birth. But in his joint application dated April 26 and filed on June 24, brought by his counsel, Nzadon Jingi, argued that as the chief law officer of the state and guardian of the public interest litigation, he ought to be brought in the matter to ensure that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, is complied. Nzagun said that Atiku, against whom the suit was primarily directed, is a citizen of Nigeria from Adamawa who had been elected as the governor of the state in 1999 and served as the vice president of the country from 1999 to 2007. Atiku, a Nigerian eligible for presidency, Adamawa government. Details of the story is found on page 4 of the the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, gunmen abduct 7 naval officers in Edo State. It's a worrying story, and let's give you details of that story as it appears on page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have abducted 7 naval officers in Edo State. It was gathered that the naval officers were abducted at the weekend on the Sapele Wari Road on their way to Naval Engineering College, Sapele in Delta State. However, our newsman report has it that 5 of the officers have been rescued by the police. Police spokesperson in Edo State, Kotong Bello, who confirmed the incident, said police operatives are acting on intelligence report to rescue 5 of the officers, while 2 others were still missing. He said, we rescue 5 and 2 others are yet to be rescued. We hope that the remaining 2 will eventually be rescued. Gunmen abduct 7 naval officers in Edo State. Details of it is on page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, page 6. Cholera spread to 18 state claims 479 lives. A worrying story indeed, and the details of the story is on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Okay, quickly, let's take a look at it. Cholera outbreaks have claimed 479 lives in the beginning of this year, with 19,305 suspected cases reported from 18 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, said in its situation report released on Monday, the NCDC listed the affected states as Benue, Delta, Zamfara, Gombe, Bayelsa, Kogi, Sokoto, Bauchi, Kano, and Kaduna State. Others are Plateau, Kebbi, Cross River, Niger, Nasarawa, Jigawa, Yobe, Kwara, and the FCT. As of July 11, 2021, a total of 19,305 suspected cases, including 479 deaths, have been reported from 18 states and FCT since the beginning of 2021. Cholera spreads to 18 states, claims 479 lives. Details of that story is right up there on page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, that does it as far as the Daily Trust newspaper is concerned. We'll move to the Vanguard newspaper to see headlines that will interest you. And of course, probably this might just be, the juggernaut in terms of the biggest headline on the Vanguard newspaper. Sunday Igboho faces fresh charges in Benin Republic. Okay, let me quickly open to page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper to give you what these charges are basically all about. Okay, page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper has the story that says Sunday Igboho faces fresh charges in Benin Republic. No date fixed for hearing. Stop pressurizing Benin Republic to extradite Igboho. Yoruba group tells the FG. All right, the Beninite authority have filed fresh charges against Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Demo, fondly called Sunday Igboho, who was arrested in the country last Monday, but no date has been fixed for hearing the case. One of Igboho's lawyer, Ibrahim Salami, who disclosed the new charges after late Monday night's hearing, said Igboho was confronted with fresh charges when he appeared in court. He was thereafter ordered to be remanded in Beninite police custody by the presiding judge. Igboho and his wife, Robo, were arrested on Monday, July 19, 2021, by the International Criminal Police Organization and the Kadjon Airport in Cotonou, the Republic of Benin, on their way to Germany. Salami, a law professor, said Igboho was further remanded to allow the police conduct a thorough investigation into the charges, which included illegal migration, dubious connivance with immigration officers, and an attempt to cause civil unrest. Salami also explained that the previous allegation that warranted placing Igboho on the watch list had successfully been tackled. And reaction authorities, no date has been fixed for the hearing. And then the Yoruba group talking about Yoruba group, yes, Yoruba Self-Determination Group, Yoruba Koya Liberation Movement, YKLM, yesterday warned the federal government to stop pressurizing the Beninite authority to extradite Igboho to Nigeria. In a statement by its Director of Media and Communication, Oluwafemi Oluwajiton, the group said no oppressor had ever triumphed over collective will of the people. All right, Sunday Igboho faces fresh charges in Benin Republic. And the Yoruba group is saying, stop pressurizing Benin government to extradite him to Nigeria. Okay, that would definitely do quickly. What else do we have here? All right, let's just go straight to the sports segment on the show. My producer is saying I should go straight to the sports segment so that we can actually sign out on the show this morning. A lot of sports stories here. Vanguard Sports is where we are now. Asas equals Aruna's Olympic Games record. Tokyo Olympics ouster. I have disappointed Nigerians. It's not me. I'm not there. But this is coming from Aruna Quadri. He cries out, bundled out by a lowly rated Brazilian. Minister sports the Tigers ahead of next game. All right, the Tigers, yes, ahead of next game. The next game just finished a couple of hours ago where the D Tigers, they're talking about the Nigerian basketball, the male basketball team lost to their German counterparts. It was a very, very close scoreline, 93 to 96 or thereabout. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to confirm that. But then they lost. They lost their second match to Germany. And of course, their qualification still hangs in the balance. If they can defeat Italy in the last match and hope that, Australia defeats Germany, then they stand a chance of progressing to the next round of the Olympic, games right there in Tokyo. Tokyo Games, why I withdrew from gymnastic theme final. Bill's Great Britain gymnast, she actually withdrew from our game yesterday. And of course, she has given reasons. Of course, time would not allow us to go into details of what, responsible for our withdrawal. Naomi Osaka, the woman that lighted the flames at the Olympics, was bundled out of the competition yesterday. Naomi Osaka crashes out of home Olympics in straight set. Tokyo Olympics, Team Nigeria loses all group games in badminton. Sad one for Team Nigeria. Where will the medal? We do not know. There seems to on the losing side through so far. I've disappointed Nigeria. Or she said that already of the story. All right, definitely. But then before we give you fixtures of Olympic men's football events, and of course the Nigerian League is all closer to about 4 games remaining. Who take center stage? Warriors will take on Adamawa United and will play host to Nasarawa United. New Year, Rangers will be at the Katsina United. If I home against the table topper, Jigawa Golden Stars will take on Warri Wolf. I will play host to Kano Pillars. Lobby Stadium will take on Eyimba MF. Agege Township Stadium will play host to Rivers United, and Sunshine Stadium will play host to Plateau United. Will tread tackle with Heartland. In Germany will play host to one of the African coast. Saudi Arabia will take on Brazil. To New Zealand. South Korea will take on Honduras. Will play host to Egypt, who are also of Africa. Spain, one of the favorite for host to Germany. Argentina, beg your pardon, match. France will take on Japan, and South Africa take on Mexico. That will do as far as the review is concerned this morning. Everyone for actually tap with us and staying with us on morning, and many thanks to Olua Tobiloba to make sure that we have a smooth transmission this morning. Next a return tomorrow morning, same time on this particular platform. Till then, truly, Chris Pass is signing out, and cool Wednesday, and bye for now.
You are listening Good Governance Radio. Stay with